There we go.
And we're back.
Yeah.
So, comics. Just give me a sec. Just let me just nibble on this cob real quick, a bit more, and then I'll probably
Yeah,
get
we
back
wanted to just make like a goofy. Everybody else is making stuff, and we're like, how we keep getting angry about things. What if we just made something?
Yeah, I mean, it was that, and to be honest with you, little fun fact for everybody. The character Hunni Bunni I created a long time ago, like I think almost 2 years ago at this point, maybe 2.5, depending on how long it's been now. And I just remember, for the longest time, I just sat there looking at it, and I was like, I feel like there's something to this,
No,
So,
it was more along the lines of you made like 50 different characters because you were starting out drawing. And you're like,
I mean,
well, I'm going to put this on the shelf. And then it sat on the shelf for 2 years. And then you bumped the shelf. It hit you in the head. And you were like, hey, I remember this.
it was kind of like that, yeah, because it was that, and then again, like I just think it's quite a unique character. So.
It definitely is a unique character. Not a lot of people make like rabbit characters in general.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's like actually, okay, here's the thing. There are rabbit characters, but there's not too many that are main characters, unless you want to count Bugs Bunny, but still, that's like more of a sketch character,
Yeah. We'll never be able to make her as hot.
Yeah.
Hot as Bugs Bunny. No, I think just by the sheer fact alone that we're actually just making it, I think. By virtue of just making it, I think we have a pretty good chance.
Oh yeah, totally. Like, no matter what happens, we are going to make this. So. Yeah. I just remember spending there was just months and months where, excuse me, I would just wake up and just belt out the script every single day for like 5 to 6 hours. So. Yeah, I was a bit.
Do you you remembering that time? Is this causing you a heart attack?
Yeah. I got hiccups.
I remember working 2 minutes on the Morty.
I don't know why, but what went through my head was Fox die. He just fucking kills over of a heart attack.
Oh God! Don't say that. I might actually want to play Metal Gear Solid.
Well, next time on the stream,
Metal Gear.
But yeah, well, what else should we talk about the comic? So it's a fantasy comic, a lot of mystery, a lot of suspense, a lot of dark humor.
Well, people know that. It's just I think that our big thing is that we really need some financial assistance when it comes to making the comic.
That's right, yeah.
One of the reason why we set the number so high is let me rephrase this. The reason why we set the money so high on the Indiegogo is because, we're going to be making 100 pages in about over 100 pages actually in 6 months.
That's right, yeah.
Which is a fairly large undertaking.
Yeah, especially if it's just 2 of us, yeah.
And we're probably going to still get help from some of our other artist buddies. So, while they wouldn't be 100% like on the team, they would still be getting paid for helping us out with coloring and stuff like that.
That's right, yeah.
So, do we need that amount of money to get it done? Probably not. Do we need that amount of money to get it done in a timely manner? And also, pay people in something more than exposure? Yeah, that it would help.
Yeah.
It would help a lot.
It would, I mean, every point like this, anybody watching, whether you follow us through, whether you already follow us through other means, or if you're brand new to this, even if you make just a £1 donation, your name will be in this thing till the end of time, as a thank you. So
You drew her body really weird right here.
yeah, I think I used like a weird perspective. Like it didn't quite work
It
out.
did not quite work out.
Yeah.
There we go. Give a little whistle. Give a little whistle. And always let your conscience be your guide. There we go.
I had a funny thought in regards to like doing these recordings. So whenever people make Wikipedia articles and people want to fact check everything, they have to like cite the sources. So which means that if we said something about the comic, whether it's like official or not, people will cite the source and make that official on the wiki. Because if it did get like a Wikipedia article.
God.
I remember. Oh, sorry, you first.
Well, my thing is that I don't want to spoil character
Oh no,
development, but
no, don't do that if you
I'm
can
not going
help
to do
it.
that. But I will say this: there's one character that hasn't really come up yet,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
there's one character that I think slowly but surely ends up becoming the main character, just because we like the dynamic she creates with the fucking group.
Yeah, it's the ball right here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the shut up.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
There,
that,
there's a
that's.
character that joins the group, and it's just it becomes great.
Let me put it to her like this. I think she's slowly becoming my favorite character as I write it. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, so yeah, if you so we're planning to do this about every Sunday right now in the UK. Well, we started this around about like GMT. I think it was about 6 o'clock. I think it was. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, every Sunday we're aiming to do so for like an hour or two. So.
give a little whistle, babe, boo, and always let your conscience be your guide.
Wake me up inside.
Yeah, be sure to come down every Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Ticket price the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Feels weird like doing this without listening to music.
Yeah, well, we can't have the copyright goblins zip line in and get us.
Yeah, we don't. We don't. To be honest with you, though, like we've been really chatty, and that's been helping a lot. So
Oh man, that's for season 2. The copyright goblins.
yeah.
Bah,
Well,
you can't sing our song. Bah.
did I just sense? Did I just hear a snippet of Nicki Minaj? Yeah.
The air smells like viable litigation. Yes, I will. I cast DMCA, and then it just like freezes you in time.
Yeah. It's like whole person.
Yeah, it's a paralysis spell.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing.
Well,
It's also
we're
what
real big.
that's the other thing this channel ends up becoming is us like pitching a whole bunch of dumb comic ideas, like
I mean,
side comics.
I mean, to be fair, after Honey Bunny's done, I do have at least like 3 more ideas that I want to pursue. So
Yeah, Richard Skellerman, Private Eye.
yeah, and then if Honey Bunny and Richard Skellerman becomes successful, then we could do Honey Bunny versus Richard Skellerman. So
Yeah,
if Honey Bunny is weak to water and Skellyman's weak to fire, how can we use that?
I hate that so much. I told you how much I hate that.
That line read is so weird.
It's because they have to make the
Explain
dum
it.
dums in the audience understand how the dynamic of the film works.
I know, yeah.
It's like, oh man, like the big buff man is going to kill us in real life, and if we fall asleep at any time, the ghost man is going to kill us in our sleep. It's like, and then they're like, well, if they don't like each other,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1 week to water, 1 week to fire. How we go? Like, I don't.
Yeah. Maybe we should probably tell the audience what the fuck we're talking about.
It's dumb. We're talking about
Freddy
we,
versus
we
Jason.
watched Freddy versus Jason recently, and there's that line halfway into the movie where she's like, "He's weak to water and he's weak to fire. How could we use
How
that?"
can we use that?
It's just about as dumb as if you die in the game, you die for real.
The bit that makes me laugh of that film, and this is more because of just like, yeah, what came afterwards was there's a character whose brother was like killed by Freddy at some point. At least I think he was killed by Freddy, unless it was like a tragic like death that he kind of blames himself for. But the actor who plays his dead brother is the actor that plays the Postal dude in the Postal movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And when I see him like in this bathtub just covered in blood, I just keep thinking like, "Hey, Bobby, do you want to sign my petition?" I can't remember the kid's name, but yeah,
That guy, that actor was
he's not bad. He's not a bad actor, honestly.
that actor was in what's that 80s Christmas movie? Boy,
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck. They actually joke about that in the
Christmas
Postal
Story.
2 DLC. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because in the Postal 2 DLC, he plays himself, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm that guy. I was in this movie. I was in that movie. One of the Resident Evil movies. Like anything but the Postal movie.
Yeah. To be fair, that Postal movie is I can't even say that. It's a Postal movie.
It's okay. I have debates with friends about this. I actually think that film sets out to do what a Postal movie is. You know what it is, and like it's not okay. It's not a good film. I'll be upfront with you.
But
But as a Postal film,
but is a Postal film supposed to be a good film?
yeah, yeah.
It's like thinking that Jackass is somehow gonna have like an amazing plot line.
yeah, and it's funny you say that because when you watch the beginning of those films, they pretend that they've gone Hollywood as a joke.
Yeah, so it's.
If you okay, if you, yeah, sorry.
I think the best Uwe Boll movie, hands down, has to be Rampage, though.
Oh, with the shooter guy.
Yeah.
I've watched that. That was interesting.
Here's the movie review section. Rampage, best Uwe Boll movie. on a scale of 1 to 10, I give that movie a solid 7.5.
I think that's fair.
Best movie he ever made, 7.5. Boy, because oh man, the twist ending, I actually kind of liked that.
Oh yeah,
Don't
it's been a
don't
while. Since I
spoil
watched
it. Don't spoil it for anyone who wants to watch it. But the scene in the trailer where he like walks in full body armor to the like coffee shop. He's like, "You got 5 minutes to make my coffee. Still too much sugar."
The one I like is when he's at that place where all the old people are playing bingo.
Oh yeah,
And
and he just sits down, and it is the most tense scene because you're like, oh boy, oh no, oh no.
yeah, I like when he gets the attention of that guy behind the counter, and the guy's like, "Oh, hello, sir. What can I get you?" It's like, "Yeah, I'd like a sandwich and a soda."
Yeah. Would you believe that one of the reasons why that movie is a lot better than a lot of his other films is that most of it was not scripted?
Oh, was it ad libbed for the most part?
Yeah, and they let the actors who are talented ad lib the film.
I that says a lot about Yui Ball as a writer, then, if and a
Oh,
director, if that's the case.
yeah. Well, he did that classic like, make a bad movie and then
Mm.
get the insurance money off of it.
Oh yeah, like You say that there's a video of him kind of like delving into that, and it like this is one of those videos I quote to myself where he's explaining to him why he does that. It's like, oh yeah, because I get insurance out of the fact that this movie bombed. And you know why I do it? It's because I'm a fucking genius. That's why.
I'm a genius.
And then the moment they're like,
My favorite clip of him is like an indie. Speaking of Indiegogo,
oh no,
his Indiegogo like update. Or
what would happen? I've never seen this.
oh, it's the one where he's like, I want to make a new movie, and my Indiegogo did not get fully founded, so I'm not going to make my movie. You instead of giving me money for movie, you want to pay for gay wizards in the woods. He crashes out. He crashes out on camera as an update, and then he basically, I believe he took all of the money and just opened a restaurant called Bauhaus.
Isn't half the reason too why he quit making films was because like Germany stopped, like they either stopped or dialed down like the insurance thing when your movie flops.
I mean, the other thing too is that apparently he's a better restaurateur than he is a filmmaker.
Oh, so he might have actually found his calling in life then.
Yeah. And then one of my Canadian friends was like, "Yeah, I've been there. It's not there anymore." I'm
But
like,
okay.
I'm like, okay, what happened to it? Oh yeah, he decided to put a really fritzy restaurant in a bad part of town, and I'm like, well, that's Super Bowl. It never ends. It never ends with him.
I wonder how much money. Like, surely he has to be somewhat wealthy.
Of course he is.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like he's one of those types of people where it kind of gives me like, what was that idiot that like failed successfully? Was it Timothy Drake or something?
Who was it? Yeah, what are you talking about? The American guy?
The guy where he's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the Caribbean to sell these like things that keep you warm, and then like he got successful because he oh, I have to look him up.
Okay,
It was a Mad Lads video.
What we're talking about is there's a guy from like the Revolutionary American like War period who failed upwards so spectacularly that he became basically like the Jeff Bezos of his time
Yeah,
from just being absolutely stupid.
oh, he can't spell, he can't talk. Because you show me that like what was it? Was it a self like an autobiography thing where it's
Yeah.
so broken?
Yeah, his
the
like
language.
35-page autobiography.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, you don't like how I did all the punctuation? Well, here's all of it. Put it in yourself.
Hold on. I gotta look up to see who he was, because that guy was actually insane.
You sent me his book not long ago to read online.
Yeah, because I eventually we're gonna find out who he is, and then this guy, everyone hated him in town because he like married a rich lady, and he wanted to become part of the government. So they gave him like guy who like watches deer as a job just to like get him away from them, and like the area that they lived had no deer, and he was like, "Yep, my job's done. I did that." So then some of the rich people wanted to fuck with him by saying, "Ah, oh, yeah, all of these colonial dollars from like after the Revolutionary War, you should buy a whole bunch of those because those will be worth something." So he bought a whole bunch of this paper money that was worth absolutely nothing, but then he absolutely lucked out with that purchase because the US government did a buyback and he had like all of them.
I found it. It's Timothy Dexter.
Timothy Dexter, yeah. So then he made a shit zillion dollars off of that, bought a boat, and then somebody was like, oh, you know what you should do? You should send coal to Newcastle, which is like an old expression because like it's a pointless task because Newcastle has all of the coal. So him being him, he actually sent coal to Newcastle, and it turns out that Newcastle had a coal strike.
Yeah, so he got successful with that
So
too.
he made a whole bunch of money. Then they were like, "Oh, you know what? You could sell these bed warming pans to like the Caribbean." And then like, it's the Caribbean. They don't need to warm their beds, but then they use them as like molasses cookers because they're basically just giant frying pans.
Yeah,
So
so they got a use out of
he
that.
sold all of those. Then his town. Remember how he was like the animal watcher?
Yeah.
They were like, man, this town is just infested with cats. We need to do something about that. They were like, oh, get Tim on it. And like he's like, oh, okay, fine, I got it. So he just wrangled up all of the cats in the neighborhood, sent it to the Caribbean, um, made a whole bunch of money again because it turns out that their production of like sugarcane and stuff was so good that they got a whole bunch of rats. They had plagues of rats, and him bringing a whole bunch of cats there removed the plague of rats.
Yeah.
So he just kept winning from sheer luck and stupidity.
Yeah, yeah.
And it really was stupidity because if you read his book, I think it was like a pickle for your thought or something like that. It has a really dumb name. But yeah, if you ever say to yourself, I'm not smart enough to make $1 million, just remember that that guy existed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just remember the Kardashians exist.
Oh yeah, and then you also got weird ones like Honey Boo Boo,
I mean,
which is that's a fucking weird one right there.
somebody told me something that was like really depressing, which was, you know, it is impressive what you can do if you never feel shame.
Yeah, I mean the way some people get rich nowadays, it's kind of it says a lot, honestly.
Yeah. Like that one kid that like exploded a firework in his like, bedroom and was surprised that like it almost lit his house on fire.
Yeah, I know who it is. I just don't want to say his name because I don't
Millions
want
of
him to get any more clout. But
millions of
like, yeah,
dollars, yeah, but God, what some
it
people
gets
will
you
do.
thinking though.
Yeah, what some people do to just get the money. I like to
I mean,
make
it's just
I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I actually like to make product, and
Mhm.
then the product needs to be good.
Yeah. God, you remind me of a really funny quote from a podcast I used to watch. Well, I still watch them now. There's a group on YouTube. They're still around called Meg64, and they had a really funny discussion about something that happened where they were making a music video for one of their friends' bands for free. I should mention they did it for free off their own back, and someone said something that was like one of those things that you don't say out loud 'cause it sounds really rude. So they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna make this music video with all these like props and like practical stuff, you know." And then one of them said like, "Does it have to be good?" And like that sentence, "Does it have to be good?" It sounded so rude. Like, out loud. Oh yeah, we're gonna make something for our friend, him and his band. Does it have to be good?
Who said that? Oh my god.
It's but that's the thing though, because that sparked a debate between themselves. Because it's like, why did you say that? Like that sounded like so. And then it's like, that actually got me questioning life. Like, does things have to be good?
Oh, they got metaphysical about it.
Yeah, it was one of those like weird ones where it was one of those weird like topics where it was so like bizarro to say. It was just like, yeah, I actually don't know. Do things have to be good?
Oh no, they don't. In fact, like the things that people remember oftentimes are things that are extraordinarily flawed.
Hmm.
Like Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, everyone's like, "Oh, I fucking love Indiana Jones." And yet, if you take Indiana, the only plot that you can't take Indiana Jones out of is Temple of Doom, because in every single other movie, like if the villain got to the end of the movie, they would have died anyways.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I think about that first one of what ends up happening to them all.
Yeah, and not only that, if instead of like, Indiana Jones like messing with them the entire time, like first of all, they were digging in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Secondly, even if they did happen to find it, instead of like, trying to steal it from Indy and then going to the island to do the ritual, they just bring it straight to Hitler and melt his head off. Like
Mm-hmm.
they
Oh yeah, that's right.
honestly, without Indiana Jones, the war could have just been over.
I'm gonna send something to you.
And then the Holy Grail, they would have went there and then got their heads saw bladed off in like the first trap.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of funny when you realize that like the Nazis would have just like done themselves out at that point.
In the what was it, the fourth film, Crystal Skull,
Hmm.
the communists would have found the place in the middle of nowhere using their buzzsaw blade truck, and then they would have gotten their heads melted by the alien as they flew away. So yeah, that's the only one is Temple of Doom, and the person that like wins the day in that is Short Round. So
Yeah.
okie dokie, Doctor Jones, hold on to your potatoes.
There's a really wholesome video of like that actor as an adult like reuniting with Harrison Ford on the red carpet. It's like
Yeah.
really wholesome.
It's a thing that I found out. It's a thing I found out.
What did you find out?
How old do you think Harrison Ford was in Temple of Doom?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be something like in his late 30s or early 40s.
Dude, he was 41. You know,
Wow.
he's the same age as John Rhys Davies. John Rhys Davies is like solid. He's also Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
Harrison Ford and like John Rhys Davies are the same age. But if you look at Harrison Ford in that movie, that does not look like a 41-year-old man. He
Gotta say
looks
though, those old.
he looks like handsome adventure man.
Oh yeah, that dude is fucking handsome in those films.
He was handsome for a really long time. He's just now. It's like somebody finally like released the genie that like was keeping Tom
Keanu
Cruise,
Reeves. Oh
Keanu Reeves, and Paul Rudd young, because all of them are
yeah,
like suddenly aging quickly.
yeah, yeah. It's almost. It's like the spell's just been lifted. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to think that like Keanu Reeves, like he had the genie. He's like, "I'll set you free, genie," and then he floats up into the sky with a Disney hat on.
The genie. Well, how does he talk? He's like the genie.
The genie.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, do you see my screen? I draw a face like this from God knows how far away.
The genie's played by Mads Mikkelsen, so he's just like, "Thank you.
Oh,
I am evil European man in every
I am,
film." Bye.
I am, I am Danish. Yeah. Is he Danish?
I think he's from Finland.
No, it's not Finland. It's. I think it's. Was he Swedish? I can't remember. Let me look him up.
He is evil European. He is undescript evil European man.
He is Denmark. Yeah.
Oh God.
Danish.
Oh, ich bin von Dänemark.
Whew. Can never get streams hat right straight away. It should be simple for me, but it's not.
It's like her hat's like a Robin Hood hat.
Pretty much, yeah. And even then, I can't get that right either. It should be simple, but it's not. Boom, 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 boom.
Here we
Let's see, how long has this recording session been going on for? Half an hour now.
It's all good, baby.
Quick question: should we make an update post on Indiegogo once the video goes up, letting people know that we're actually like recording ourselves making this?
Yeah, we could already start doing that.
Yeah.
Joining. My cat throws up in the funniest way possible. I don't know why I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
you this, but
That's so left field. Like, oh yeah, my cat pukes. It's really funny.
it is really funny because he throws up like an old man, where he kind of like, uh, uh, hold on, Tony, it's coming.
Tony, the ravioli is gonna go all over your lolly.
And sometimes he'll just dry heave and nothing comes out, and then he just looks at me like, "Yup, I'm having a normal day."
It's so left field. My cats vomit funny.
Yeah, they do. Sorry.
Cats are weird like that though.
Cats are interesting creatures.
I like them more than dogs personally.
Yeah, that's a personal preference. I like if I have a pet and I care for it, it doesn't really matter what it is.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Just
like, I don't
occurred.
know, a giraffe or something, in which case I think that would be a
Are you going to be like that psycho who made that film where he has like all the untrained lions and stuff?
Well, it turns out the place where I live, we don't really have any laws for exotic animals, so you can just have them.
Hmm.
So if I bought a tiger, right?
Yeah.
Or like if I bought a cassowary, which could punch like Kano punch a hole through my chest, I could
Oh no, you
just
don't
do
want
that.
that. Cassowaries are fucking scary, man.
Dude, they look scary. They look cool though. They're blue. Not a lot of things are blue. Actually, that's probably one of the only blue things in nature. Like right next to like flowers.
Yeah, and not counting like fish, for example, as well. Yeah.
Yeah. It, I mean, there's like the blue jay. There's that. Blueberries aren't technically blue.
You remember that like George Carlson bit where it's like, sometimes I wonder, where's the blue food? I know what you're thinking, blueberries, but we don't all know they're purple.
Yeah. That was yeah, George Carlin.
Yeah.
Carl Tesson. Ah, yes.
God,
It's like the he's like Dutch. George Carlton.
Carlson. Called George Carlton the second, yeah.
George Carlton, with the 7 words that you go shringle dingle for. The 7 words that you cannot say on the television.
I was thinking, so people on YouTube are going to be able to see these pages, but we should probably clarify something. In a way, you could theoretically see this comic for free since we're working on it. It's going to be put on YouTube, but you won't see the subtitles or the dialogue, I should say.
Yeah, so
So
you will have absolutely no idea what's going on unless you pay really close attention.
yeah. So if you look at this, if you look at this image right here that he's drawing, like you probably would have missed the snail in the background. So
Yeah.
see,
There he
just
is.
yeah. If you collect all 7 snails, you can get a reward.
Yeah, you'll definitely no. Don't say that. We'll
No.
we'll get legally destroyed. You definitely won't get help me. I'm melting.
Yeah. No. There's no snails. Spoilers. There's
Yeah.
no snails in the comic.
I mean,
Well, there was that one part of the comic when they go to no.
Snailtopia.
Snailtopia,
Yeah, they
where they get
definitely
stuck.
go to Snailtopia and not like the actual locations that we've meticulously planned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. I remember we wrote Snelltopia, where they get stuck between a shell and a hard place. It's actually quite riveting stuff.
So if we end up getting like $10 million to make this, and the only request from all of the people backing it is put in Snailtopia.
Oh yeah, we will make fucking a filler arc where they derail from the main like road and they go to
Oh yeah, we'll
Snelltopia.
we'll whore ourselves out. We'll put Snailtopia in for $10 million. Shit.
Yeah.
Listen, I have standards, but not that many.
We're
Listen,
off to
okay, like yeah, I'm not gonna like I don't have Bushido, okay? Like my honor stops at $10 million.
But you know what? If this ends up getting traction, people are going to end up making their own like fan fiction where they go to Snelltopia.
Oh god, no, not still. Stop saying Snelltopia. It's like that's gonna be the one thing that launches this up into the stratosphere, and everyone's gonna be like, "Yo, so when's Snelltopia happening, bro?"
Well, if you pre-order the deluxe edition, no, 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 no. No, there's no like. Okay, just for anybody that's going to edit the Wikipedia, there is no Snailtopia in Honey Bunny.
There's definitely no Snailtopia. Yeah, you must
Yeah.
go to Lake Laogai. There's no Snailtopia.
You must go down the tree block, assemble the silver monkey.
You could go up to the observatory of the shrine of the silver monkey.
And then after that, you must defeat the leader of the Shiai Ryu. And then once that's done, you have to collect all the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
I thought you were about to say you
I
must
was going
collect
to.
all 7 dwarves.
Oh my god.
You must collect all 7 dwarves. Inky, stinky, scratchy, bogey.
It was just like a fucking sack of pie in the inventory, just 7 dwarves are just hanging there.
Yeah. No, you got to collect them. So that's under the assumption that they're like running around or something. Like,
Yeah. I like to imagine it's like in the Spyro games where you have to chase the egg thieves. You got to catch all the 7 dwarfs.
it's like Star Fox Adventures. You have to get all the beetles. Just skittering around. You got to get them. Oh, no.
So if we make $10 million, no,
Touch the screen. Touch the screen.
heal in the name of Jesus. Well,
No one's gonna know that reference. Oh, we're referencing a Genesis song. Lord.
yeah, the one song that will probably never get played on the telly again.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's just not like a mega hit, and also it's like 40 years old now.
Fucking funny though.
Jesus, he knows me. Great song. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, even even like subject matter aside, it's actually a really like bopping song.
Yeah. Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. He's
I
been
mean,
telling me everything gonna be alright.
I like how it's like an arbitrary number as well. It's like it's not 10 million, it's not 15 million, it's not 20 million, it's 18 million.
You gotta give me $18 million by the end of this weekend.
By the end of the weekend.
That's a really
Jesus, he knows.
It
Yeah.
really is bopping though.
It's so good.
Yeah. Genesis made a lot of really good songs. I know for a fact there are a bunch of people who can't get over how Phil Collins sounds. I think he sounds fine.
He's good. Yeah, my favorite my favorite Phil Collins thing ever. Have you ever seen when he was in GTA Vice City Stories?
Yes, actually.
He just plays himself.
Yeah. I mean, there's also like, oh man, I just really don't think he like should have gotten the Oscar for Tarzan because I think his music really does take away from the film.
I feel like as an adult, you listen to it now, it's just like, I mean, it's a nice song. I will say though that that first song where it's like two worlds, one family. I think I really like that song.
Yeah, the problem with it though is that it's like it's not diegetic. It's not like something sung by the characters, or it's not really part of the movie. It's kind of just like soundtrack. And it's really weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird to have a movie like that where so later on the characters do have a song where they sing.
Yeah, shoot bop where it was, yeah.
Yeah, shoobity doo bop. But it's really weird to have this like a semi musical where the characters don't sing. Some nebulous like British man in the distance sings a song.
I like the idea of this. He sees like fucking the Phil Collins bat signal. He's like, it's time for a song.
Yeah, no, he's crouched behind a camera like David Attenborough, just like two worlds, one family.
Trust your heart, free your kind. Yeah.
To guide this light we bring.
Yeah, I do. You know what? If you separate like the music from the film, I do like that soundtrack. But
Yeah, that's the problem. Like them working in tandem doesn't really like. It's really.
you know, since you're on about like really obscure like trivia, I want everyone to look up the songs in all the European languages because he actually sang it in different languages.
Yeah, which does not work a lot of the time.
But well, you know, you're a proud German, and you know, I remember you telling me that in German it's like hit and miss.
Yeah. It would have been better to just get somebody else to sing the song in Deutsch.
I remember looking it up in Japanese. I was like, oh god, if he actually sung it in Japanese, I would. I'm not going to say what I would. Quarter five.
I just don't understand, like that.
Yeah.
See, the issue with a lot of languages is just trying to like pop in like syllables into songs that were originally made in English.
Oh, it's hard.
It is really difficult, and going the extra mile and singing it yourself in said language doesn't really work. I think another movie where they tried doing that to mixed success was Prince of Egypt. That opening song, "Deliver Us."
But yeah.
You know that lady that goes, ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she apparently phonetically sang the lyrics in like every language.
No kidding. How many languages was that then?
I
Like
think it was
at
like
least half a dozen.
I think it was like translated into like what, 20 languages, 30 languages?
Oh my god, she was busy that day.
I mean, it is a Jesus movie, so like it had some budget behind it.
It would make sense for that of all films. Yeah, like, I've noticed that with like films like that is like they do it in like every conceivable language. It's like, oh yeah, well, you can get the Bajan dub. It's like, oh cool, what the fuck's Bajan? You know, I don't know if that's a real language or not.
You find out that like most of the African like dubs are either just the French one or like Zulu.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
You know, you want to know another thing that gets like every single language under the sun dubbed is probably Dragon Ball.
The one that makes me laugh the most is the Italian dubs when somebody gets really angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like just like Pulp Fiction, where it's like, "What does Marcellus Wallace look like?" scene, but in Italian, it's like, "But say come on, Marcellus Wallace." ¿Dónde la estaba aquí?
The one that gets me is Darth Vader saying no in different languages, and like the French one, it's like the most blood curdling scream. It's like, oh my god, he actually misses his wife. God.
Mais non.
Man, no.
Oh, no, no. Pas di me.
Metachlorian.
Mediclorian. Uh, je ne sais pas, clone noir.
So yeah, we have an Indiegogo. Check it out.
We have an Indiegogo. You should definitely check it out.
Hmm. Got you. I like the fact that you fixed my fucking like noodle trees that I keep doing, but for some odd reason.
Yeah, your noodly doodle trees.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Most of this is
Yeah,
just me
man.
drawing trees at this point.
Yeah, you did a pretty good job, man. Like I like what I like. I like what you've got. Good job.
Man,
Yeah.
if only there was the instant win button. Or I could just,
Yeah.
summon a background, but God knows wherever I could find one of those. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of AI backgrounds look like garbage.
Oh yeah, they look like fucking horseshit.
I think it was fun to mess around with it, but I would never really use that for
Like yeah, so like
anything
professional, like yeah.
professionally. Yeah.
That you know one thing that's actually kind of irking me is like I have people in my day to day life that know I do art and like they'll do that thing that like old people do as well. It's like you could use AI to make it faster, and it's just like I know that deep down they're trying to be helpful, but that's like one of the rudest things you could say to an artist.
I don't know. I think that in some way it can be used as a really good tool. I just think that
Press the button to do
it's
the
it.
thing.
Well, no, it's
Yeah,
just it all looks the same.
I mean it kind of does, yeah, because
It all
especially
has
like the earlier ones where it's just anime
it all no, it all has that same exact look. It's
like
like
that. Yeah,
it's too perfect, I think, and it's getting more too perfect. I think I had a lot.
yeah.
You know what's funny? I think I had a lot more fun with AI when it looked really bad.
You mean like Dolly one?
Yeah, like Dali One, where it was just bad. Like, oh god, I miss that.
Dolly one was so funny to like mess with because half the time we'd be fighting just to like get into it because the traffic was like so high. But like,
Yeah, and
yeah,
it would never work either. It was like really bad, and we would summon goblin creatures.
yeah, yeah.
But now you could just be like, make whatever, and then it will be summoned.
I mean, the funny thing is like even with all the references it has now, like it still fucks up in ways that a human just wouldn't fuck up. You know?
Um, I don't know. See, that's the messed up thing though. Is like you can generate it like 20 times, and out of those 20 times, you pick the 5 images that look okay. It's just
It's got to the point where like I actually really like I like seeing like I remember there was somebody I was like following online. I think it was on I think it was on either Twitter or like DeviantArt where they uploaded like an AI image and he made a post saying like it's kind of great how I can just use this tool instead of having to draw it myself because I have a job and I feel like my art's not that good and I'm just like you know the fact that your stuff had errors in it like your actual like drawings I actually find really endearing in retrospect because it's like yes it was done by a person who made genuine mistakes.
I mean, another thing that we like came to discuss is like it's really about like the content and the ideas more than the actual artistic skill itself. I mean, Adventure Time is one of the most successful cartoons of all time, and they have
Yeah.
like little black dot eyes and noodle arms.
Oh yeah. In fact, actually, if you see my drawing, funny enough, it looks like this from, but all the time.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So because I did a drawing where like the character looked like that, and I was like, oh my god, that was like really easy to do. It took me like a whole 1 second.
Yeah, you could make something in 1 second really easily, even as just like drawing something. The issue is that is it interesting enough for me to care?
Oh yeah, totally. Like, because that's the thing that I've noticed too is like some people like don't really have like I don't like shit on people, but I just learned recently when it comes to like some artists, it's like some people just don't have imagination anymore.
Well,
If that's fair to say.
I think that that's a part of that's a part of the brain that you could either work on or like you have a decent supply of it.
Oh
Because
yeah, totally.
this is, like I don't know, like yeah. We've been in chats before where we would ask an entire group of people, "Hey, I'm here. I could draw something free right now. Just give me a prompt," and everyone
I'll
just
promise you.
brain melts. They'll just be like, "Uh, yeah, draw the nugs." Like it'll always be some really dumb. It will always be some really really dumb meme.
It'll either be that or like because I remember there was that one time you did a drawing based on like prompts, so you just like threw them all together, you know. And I remember there was one guy in there where I said to him, "All right," because I think there was like 6 of us in total. So we had 5, which was a miracle at that point, to be honest with you, given the context of this conversation. And it was like, "All right, then it's down to you, dude. Give us a prompt." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, just give us a prompt. It could be an object, a person, a thing, a concept, anything. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just like you could literally shape the way this drawing is for free. I might add,
Yeah.
but yeah, people don't have it in them anymore, and that's what I find funny too with the
Look at
AI
your
stuff. It's
look at your desk and just say whatever comes to your mind. Yeah, no, I know, I know. Blah, 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 blah.
oh yeah, I could look at my desk right now. Keyboard, pencil case,
You think
rubber.
you think the people who
Yeah.
do that are the same exact people who watch every single anime just because it's anime?
Well, I have noticed that they tend to have a anime profile, so I'm actually inclined to think that that could be the case.
Oh no. Anime's a psyop, bro.
Anime was. I'm not even going to bother quoting that stupid like Miyazaki thing.
Anime's a psyop, bro.
They're gonna put them beans in them anime, and they're gonna make you want to
Nobody
go.
knows
Ooh,
what the
whoa.
context of that like quote is when he
It was
said
a
anime was a
mistranslation.
mistake.
Oh, it was two things because one, it was kind of a mistranslation, and two, if you actually go into the reason why, it's actually kind of like sad and fucked up.
Well, first of all, one of the reasons why he said anime was a mistake was that he started off his career as like a lawyer, and then
Yeah.
he did a job for an animation company, and it was like, oh, do you think I could become an animation guy? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. Like, why don't you just hop along? And so instead of doing law, he started animating, and he would put in unpaid hours in order to do animation. And
Yeah.
then once he was finally the head of a whole bunch of projects, he just hated working on things because he just became extraordinarily jaded. So that's one of the reasons why he's just like, man, anime was a mistake. I should have just stayed a lawyer. Also, he has that who's the guy that made like the Killing Joke?
Oh, Paul Dini was it?
No. Alan Moore.
Ah, okay.
You know how like Alan Moore hates everything?
Hmm.
He's like, oh, I hate like American militarism. I hate, I hate the fact that every single movie of my stuff is terrible. Even though, like the Watchmen movie is a shot for shot
Of his own comic, yeah.
comic adaptation. Like it's so like the only thing that they cut out is the flying spaghetti monster at the end. Like that's it.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only thing that they cut out was that. It's perfect. It's one of the best comic book adaptations of all time. And he's like, no comic adaptation will ever be good. Nope.
That film is another film that's been on my to-do list for a long time as well.
I hate the fact that look, I made Rorschach, who is supposed to be not a good guy. Oh no, people like him. Why?
He strikes me as the type of person that would be like really annoying to watch a movie with. Like not his movies, but like, any movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Also, it'd be
Oh,
really funny if his favorite movie was Kick-Assia. I like it when the nostalgia critic fights.
I like it when Angry Joe shoots the fence with an MP5.
Yeah.